Hang on a second, I'll get you. I want to make sure everybody understands this. These master hormones are made from essential fatty acids, eicosanoids, these chemicals that help all the other hormones work. That means under deficiency states, none of your other hormones will work correctly. If you're not on EFAs, you're deficient. That means none of the hormones will work correctly. Should I go over that again? Does that make sense? You want me to go over it again? Okay. You guys, you're getting some good chemistry stuff. The outside part of the cell, by the way, remember how small these things are? Well, there's hundreds of thousands of ears, hundreds of thousands of these receptor sites. And all drugs work at the receptor site level. I don't want to get too much into digression here. But so these are the ears. They're called receptors. The hormones sit in the receptor. In some cases, they actually go into the cell, but we won't complicate things. The hormone sits in the receptor. You get a reaction, like a doorbell ringing. They used to say the lock and key. You did warn me about that, Don. I know that. Okay? So does that make sense? The hormone sits in a receptor and you get some kind of action. Well, on the outside of the receptor, you have other chemicals that make the receptor more or less receptive. Are you with me? Say yes. I want to hear a loud yes. Okay. All right. They're more or less receptive. Those they're called master hormones because they control everything else. They come directly from EFAs, essential fatty acids. If you have deficiencies in these, none of your other hormones will work correctly. Deficiencies in eicosanoids. That means problems with your thyroid. That means problems with diabetes. That means problems especially with your sex hormones. So you have two places right off the bat where essential fatty acids will help with hot flashes and menopausal symptoms. Did you guys hear that? Okay? If you're on toxic, and make no mistake about it, natural or not, hormone replacement therapy, if you're on toxic hormone replacement therapy without being on EFAs, you're nuts, and your doctor's nuts. The first rule of medicine is do no harm. That means work every other way but pharmaceutically first. Every other way, whatever you can, and this is one of the main ways to do it. I'm not going to deal with this anymore, so hope you like that. All right. Okay, so essential fatty acids for eicosanoids, essential fatty acids for making protein, and for the skin, essential fatty acids are, deficiency in essential fatty acids are responsible for dry skin. For dry skin. Remember I said the dumbest thing you can put on your dry skin is a moisturizer? Your dry skin is your body's cry for EFAs. It has nothing to do with water. If you've ever heard, oh, drink more water if you have dry, anybody ever hear that? Has anybody ever had their dry skin disappear by drinking more water? Never happened, ever. And I've been doing this a long time. Never, ever has somebody's dry skin improved by drinking more water because it's not a water issue. It's not a hydration issue. It's a fat that traps the water. You should never, ever need a moisturizer. You should never need a moisturizer. Your dry skin is your body's cry for EFAs. 3 ways you know you have an essential fatty acid deficiency. 3 ways. Number 1, fat cravings. You should never be able to eat supersized fries. When you have enough EFAs, you won't even be able to eat 2 fries. How do you like that? You won't even like the taste of ice cream. It won't be hard to resist ice cream. You won't like the taste of it. You want the taste of it. Once you've met your body's need for fat, it won't want more fat. So number 1, you can tell you have a fat deficiency if you have dry skin. Number 2, you can tell you have a fat deficiency is if you crave fatty foods. You're not feeling, you look at the pizza and your mouth starts watering. All right? That's a craving for fatty foods. The 3rd way for women is menstrual cramps. Menstrual cramps disappear when you start taking EFAs. I've seen it happen countless times. It takes about 2 months. And by the way, for you women to get cramps, what kind of foods are you craving at the same time? Fatty foods. Fatty foods. Okay? And your skin's probably dry too. If you start taking EFAs, your cramps disappear in a couple months, and then I see this happen. People get all cocky. They go, oh, I don't need those EFAs. I don't have cramps anymore. You get your cramps back. The next month, they come back right away. And I've seen that happen. 3 ways you can tell you have a fat deficiency, cravings for fatty foods, dry skin, and menstrual cramps for women. Fats are also involved in, actually before I say that, fats are absorbed in the colon. Fats are absorbed in the colon. We'll talk about fatty vitamins here. If you have a colon problem, you will not absorb your fats. And you'll take your EFAs and you won't get any effect. It's a colon problem. And many people have subclinical colon problems. Subclinical means they're not bad enough to go to the doctor. They're not bad enough to go to the doctor, but they just don't feel so good. You know, when you eat lunch, after lunch, you shouldn't need a nap. Do you know how we need a nap? Everybody needs a nap. I hate doing talks at 2 o'clock because I know they just had lunch and they're going to be falling asleep right in the front row. It happens to everybody. There are whole countries that shut down at 2 o'clock. They call them siestas. The whole country shuts down on anybody that they're eating the wrong stuff. And of course you need a nap. I just had lunch. Of course I need a nap. No, you just put oil in the tank, gas in the tank. Now you need a nap? That doesn't make sense. Have a salad. You think you'll need a nap after a salad? Does anybody feel tired after you eat a salad? Have a cucumber. You ever go, oh, I had a cucumber. Oh, I'm so tired. I need a nap. Never. Right? It's always starches and grains. And starches and grains are a huge, huge, huge problem. Human beings were not designed to eat that stuff. Whole grains are not. We'll talk about that in a second, but they plug up the colon, they cause malabsorption of fats. If you've had a gallbladder removed, you'll have a problem absorbing fats. Because the gallbladder is important. All your organs are important. If you had a gallbladder, keep it. Don't let them take organs out. There's a lot of money in taking organs out. It's a big business taking organs out. Seriously. All right? So, the gallbladder is very important for absorbing fats. So are the female reproductive glands, organs. The uterus, the ovaries, the breasts are important for absorbing fats. All of that. That's one of the reasons why when your hormones drop, when you get older, your skin gets drier and you have all the manifestations of fat deficiency. So, if you're having malabsorption of fats, you need to know about lecithins, which we talked about in eggs, bile salts, and by the way, there's a couple great products that have these in the longevity line. Did you guys bring the Ultimate Enzymes? The Ultimate Enzymes have all of this. You need fat absorption aids, and we'd all benefit from fat absorption aids. So if you have malabsorption of fats, you can tell, by the way, if you burp up. That's a sign of malabsorption of fats. You take fats and you burp up, or you eat fats and you don't feel comfortable. Those are malabsorption issues. Now again, I wish I had time to talk more at length about some of these topics, but I want you to get a feel for this. That's the most important, and what I really want to do is inspire you. I want to inspire you to take the initiative yourself. I want to inspire you to become medical detectives so you can backtrack and figure this stuff out. I'd much rather have this make sense to you than me just say, oh, take this vitamin, that vitamin. Does that make sense? You follow what I'm saying here? Be your own authority. Be your own doctor. Fix yourself. Be your own physician.